Hi, I'm Rob Balla with Balla Media. Thanks for joining me today here at Google Hangouts in Mountain View, California. Today we're going to cover in this video is how to advertise, a basic advertising formula, branding, call to action, 101, the very basics, and advertising KPI. So we get a lot of our clients asking us, how do you advertise? Well, we're going to cover the basics, so this will provide enough information to get you through. Okay, now we're going to go right into talking about the advertising formula factors, and there are 7 factors that come into play when you're working an advertising campaign. Audience is your target demographic. Psychographics plays a role there as well. That's their interests, your audience interests, where they live is the geography, but also if you want to get a more granular level, their culture, their income. So your audience is your ideal target demographic. So message is the most important factor in every advertising campaign. You want to make sure that the message is created in a way that it's going to captivate the attention of the viewer or the listener. In search advertising, you want to make sure that the intent of the search query matches the content of the text ad and the display ad. This principle in terms of messaging can apply to any media. You want to make sure that there's one message that comes across, that it's conveyed effectively. In a display ad, some businesses will make the mistake of cluttering too much information in the display ad. And what will happen is that message will get lost in the sea of messages that are out there. It'll be overlooked. So with a display ad, you want to make sure there's between 4 and 7 words maximum that's going to capture the attention like a newspaper headline. Our next factor is frequency. Frequency is the number of times the average person within a specific demographic of an audience will hear or see your message. Let's take, for example, adults 25 to 54 as a demographic. If your audience is hearing your message 3 times in a week on radio, that's a frequency of 3. With display advertising and remarketing, you can really take advantage of managing frequency with those 2 areas as well. Reach is the total number of people that are exposed to your message within a given period of time. So it's the total available audience of that media. Your budget, of course, is your available advertising dollars that you have to spend. And in our next video, we're going to get to a very specific calculation on how to figure out your advertising budget. We're going to talk about results. Results are the cumulative, collective efforts of all those specific factors that we previously talked about, from audience, message, frequency, and reach, and of course the return on ad spend for the advertiser. With measurements, you must inspect what you expect. There are so many different marketing models to look at and different ways to analyze your data. So you want to make sure that you take everything into consideration when you're measuring the effectiveness of a campaign and know where you went wrong or know what was successful and how to build upon that. This is the advertising awareness and time graph when it comes to brand exposure. So a lot of businesses will make the mistake, they'll take their advertising budget and they'll spend it over a short period of time, and then they'll take the other half of their budget, do it again. You'll see the awareness level goes up and then it drops off the face of the earth. They'll do it again, awareness level goes up, it drops off the face of the earth. In effect, they are throwing their money away. You're throwing the money away as an advertiser because you're not efficiently spending your advertising dollars over time. The other part to take into consideration is spraying and praying. So what some businesses will do, they'll take their advertising budget and they'll put a little bit in magazine or in print. They'll put some in radio and television, with display ads, in search. And they've spread their dollars all over the place, and they're not doing a good job in any one specific area. And it's very important to make sure that you take your available advertising dollars and you hyper-target it to those specific medias that will give you enough frequency to create impact for your campaign. Okay, so this is something that I came up with. It's the branding ripple, targeting and compounded awareness over time. So let's take, for example, a person that owns a furniture store, and let's say that today in the marketplace there are 100 people that are looking for a futon. In 7 days from now, that's 700 people. 14 days, that's 1,400 people. And in 30 days, that's 3,000 people. There's 3,000 available people who are looking to purchase this futon in the marketplace. So the longer your message is out there over time, the better chance that you're going to be able to win more mind share and market share. Because the goal here is to get to the top of the consumer's mental shopping list. The other factor here is business rank. Where does your business rank against its competitors? So you want to make sure that you know where your business is in the marketplace in terms of market share, and you want to know what their seasonal challenges are, what your marketing challenges are, and those are all things that you take into consideration when putting together an advertising campaign. Okay, this is something that I've come up with. It's the awareness and time graph when it comes to branding. The previous slides that we looked at, it showed how awareness can quickly drop off the face of the earth once your budget has been spent. So if you're keeping a consistent level of awareness over time with your advertising campaign, when you have to do a call to action campaign, you don't have to work as hard in terms of spending your ad dollars because you've already had that brand presence. So when we look at compounded awareness over time, that can exponentially increase the longer your message is out there to a specific audience. Now, let's say each of these arcs in terms of impressions and awareness represents multiple media. And then what we're going to get something called as crossover and duplicity, meaning if, let's say, you're doing a search campaign and then you're also doing a television campaign, you're going to get individuals who will see your message on search or display, and they'll also see your television commercial. So this in effect builds that compounded awareness over time and increases the impressions. So what's happening is you're actually, you don't have to work as hard as a business to get to the top of the consumer's mental shopping list because you are slowly but surely winning the hearts and minds of the consumer. Now we're going to take a look at the advertising snapshot, key performance indicators. There are many marketing mix models that come into play when you are building, executing, and measuring your marketing plan. So as you can see here, we've got everything from terrestrial media, digital, Google, all the Google products, and there's other factors that we don't have control over. As an agency, we collaboratively work with our clients to ensure that they are achieving measurable results, making sure that their message gets to the right consumer, to the right audience, at the right frequency, and also that there is a measurable return on ad spend. And we work with our clients to make sure that the creative is right and it is being deployed in the right way, in the most efficient way possible. It's also paramount to ensure that your main message in your campaign is mirrored on any other media that you're using. So if you're running a display campaign on Google, you want to make sure that that message is also being mirrored in your radio campaign, television campaign, or billboard campaign as well. This snapshot here of all the available media channels can be applied to all the micro moments stemming from the user intent of the buying cycles of awareness, consideration, and purchase. So it doesn't matter what stage a consumer is at in terms of their buying cycle, we can apply those three aspects of I want to know, be there moment, I want to go, be relevant moment, and I want to buy, make purchasing easy moment for the consumer. I'm Rob Balla with Balla Media. Thanks for joining me here today at Google. For more information, please email us at amazingservice@ballamedia.ca or call us at 905-572-7474. Thanks and have a great day.